Welcome to a very overcast day in Tennessee, where we look at the positive effects of moderation or perhaps slow happiness. I'm going to call it slow happiness. Skippy knows both because Skippy can be patient, but Skippy's also very intense. So he's a very well rounded roommate. And the book that we're looking at in today's one key takeaway from a book in less than 5 minutes is again Derek Sivers' Anything You Want 40 Lessons for a New Kind of Entrepreneur. I like this because there's so many extremely short chapters. As you can see, boom, that's a chapter, boom, that's a chapter. Today we're looking at This Ain't No Revolution. 5 years after I started CD Baby, which again, he was one of the first websites to sell independent musicians CDs. This was back when having a buy now button on your website was a big deal. And he began merely out of the desire to be able to sell his own CD because he was a musician. So he didn't create a business out of some great large plan for massive success. He did it to serve his own needs, to scratch his own back. And then he started doing it for his friends who also were musicians that asked, can we sell our website, our CD on your website? So 5 years after I started CD Baby, when it was a big success, the media said I had revolutionized the music business. But revolution is a term that people use only when you're successful. Before that, you're just a quirky person that does things differently. People think a revolution needs to involve loud provocations, fists in the air, and bloodshed. But if you think true love looks like Romeo and Juliet, you'll overlook a great relationship that grows slowly. If you think your life's purpose needs to hit you like a lightning bolt, you'll overlook the little day-to-day things that fascinate you. If you think revolution needs to feel like war, you'll overlook the importance of simply serving people better. When you're onto something great, it won't feel like revolution. It'll feel like common sense. I love this because we can romanticize our lives, it seems. I've remembered this very short chapter because there is this great emphasis, it seems, in our culture right now on having adventure, having a passion, having purpose. And all of those things are beautiful and wondrous. But there can be this pressure we place on our lives for this blueprint that they must look dramatic. Social media websites can feature people who are sitting on a beach with tossing sticks of fire and backpacking in the Himalayas and sitting in hot springs, and we can go, man, I pay my taxes, I pay my bills, I walk, I go to work, I walk at a local park. It can create this sense that our lives are not dramatic enough. They're not enough like a revolution. And yet, a revolution can just be choosing to live your life in a way that you find really fascinating, that could be as simple as finding deep beauty in a jar of new almond butter. That's one of my favorites. Or drinking a cup of zero caffeine tea, sitting in front of your doorstep at night as the cool air hits your face. Not everything has to be deeply dramatic. In fact, it seems there can be such beauty and happiness that can be achieved with looking for the small, slower forms of happiness. So I hope you've enjoyed this one key takeaway from a book in less than 5 minutes. If you would like to look at any of my writings, you can go to noweekendwasted.com. Thanks so much.